Happy Feast of Corpus Christi. This weekend we celebrate the feast of the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I wanted to share with you three things. One is a reminder that the Eucharist is God. So the Eucharist is truly the body and blood, soul and divinity of Jesus Christ. There's no greater gift in the world. And we thank God for that great gift. Second is a reminder that the place where we receive the Eucharist is at Mass. And I want to encourage those who have been away and are able to come to Mass to come back home. Jesus Christ is calling you. He wants to feed you with his body and blood. And I want to make sure everyone knows that we are fully open for business, if you will. Some may not be able to come for different reasons. We're going to continue to live stream to keep everyone connected. You can always come and sit outside if you're able. But a strong encouragement to come back home to Mass. The third and very important is this, that the special COVID-19 dispensation granted concerning the Sunday obligation, that's going to be lifted on the weekend of June 26th and 27th. There is a letter that you can read from the bishops of our area that's on the website. So at that point, on Sundays and other holy days of obligation, all the faithful are obliged to participate in the Mass, that is, to come to Mass. It's part of keeping holy the Sabbath. You know, we have 10 commandments. That's one of them. So we make it an obligation simply to emphasize how important it is and what a great gift it is. It's good to note that there have always been reasons why someone would be released from the Sunday obligation, meaning it's not a sin. We've always had that. There's three primary reasons why. One, by impossibility. So imagine you're in a very rural area and the priest gets very sick. He's the only priest for miles and miles, and he can't come to celebrate Mass. You should pray in some ways on Sundays, but you're not obligated to go to Mass, obviously, and that has always been in effect. The second way that you can be released from your obligation is by dispensation from a legitimate authority. And we hear about dispensations a lot through the year. One that is very common on St. Patrick's Day, if it falls on a Friday in the Lent, the bishop gives a dispensation to be able to eat meat, usually corned beef. Cardinal Gregory dispensed everyone in this archdiocese from the Sunday obligation due to COVID-19. And that obligation, that dispensation rather, will no longer remain starting June 26th. Okay. There are other dispensations for being for not having to go to Mass. It's like if you work all weekend, you're a nurse or something, and you have 2 12-hour shifts and you can't get to Mass. If you're traveling and it's just impossible to get to Mass, again, you should pray, but you are dispensed from the Sunday obligation. Those remain in effect and will always remain in effect. The last is by way of excuse, okay? The main excuse for missing Mass and it not being a sin is due to illness. And this relates both to the person who is ill and the caregiver. So if you're too ill to come to Mass, or too old to come to Mass, or there is someone that has to care for another and cannot leave that person alone, those people are excused from Mass. And that has always been and will always be. The important distinction here in this one, it's up to the person's discretion. It's up to the person's conscience. It's up to the person's prudential judgment. And so for those who are in this category and kind of wondering whether, I can return to Mass, depending on whatever your health conditions are, you ask this question: are there good and substantial reasons for me not to attend Mass? Are there good and substantial reasons for me not to attend Mass? And so that is placed on your own conscience and for your own prayer and discernment. But I do hope to see all of you back at Mass at some point. I know many of you are back at Mass now, and know that all of you are in my heart at all times. And let's remember to keep each other in prayer and to remember the importance of the Eucharist, the body and blood, soul and divinity of Jesus Christ. Come and receive him. There is no greater gift. God bless you. Bye-bye.